Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Shelf's Life. It's a little cold and rainy, crappy day out there today, so we're going to hide out inside. We're going to get a few projects done on the laser engraver. We got the WeCreat Vision here, and we've been working with this for about a month now. And this is a basic tutorial on how to do a few things, and I'll show you a couple of projects that we're going to do today. So we're going to do two projects today. One is going to be just your basic sign on a wood board here. This is just a piece of elm. We're actually going to use a piece of white oak today. And then when we get this one done, then we're going to set up the mechanism to do the tumblers. We'll get that put in, show you how to do that. And then we're just going to do a basic tumbler engrave here. We got a couple of dozen of these that we need to get done. So let's get started. So to get started on our little sign that we're going to create here, I already have this one here saved into my system. So we're just going to we're going to select we're going to go up here to File. And we're going to select Create, and we're just going to start with it. We're going to go back to that and use it. But if I want to start from scratch, this is a basically new project here. So basically, it's pretty simple. Jump over here. We'd select text, tap on that, and then bring it over here wherever you want. Tap on the screen, brings up. It always says hello. So then you basically double tap that. You can delete that, put in whatever you want. We are building a Continental Rummy sign today. It's just a game, a card game that we play. And I'm basically making a rule board. So let's see, we'll go back, we'll capitalize this. And then we're going to select the whole thing. We'll center it over here. And then, so that's your basics, okay? So now you got your wording. And this is going to be an outline because it's over here. You see where it says engrave. So if you want that would just cut an outline of the R, which does not look real well on wood. So I'm going to go over here to the right. I'm going to select Fill Engrave. Okay. So now it's all yellow. So that's telling me what it's going to burn. So now it's going to burn the entire letter. So now that's set up. We can go over here and select it. And if you select the whole thing like a box, now we can go up here and we can select our font. Let's just, we'll scroll down here and use the one that I usually use, which is Gabriola. I believe that's how you pronounce it. So yeah, now that we got that done, again, if you go up and select it, it brings up your size up here. And then if you want to curve it, you select this curve symbol right here. And you just drag the little dial and it curves it as much as you want. We're just going to go with that. We're just basically making a quick template. Again, go up and select it. Now it's going to tell us our width and our height. So we can go through and set all that depending on how big our board is. Right now that's 10 inches wide. Let's just change it to 14. So now it's 14. Again, go over here, select it, drag it into the center. Okay, so now that's basically done. So now we're going to go over here and select text. We'll click off the screen, go over here, select text again. So now it's going to bring up a new box. It's going to leave these words alone. Select here, select it again, delete the hello, and we'll put in just hand 1. Okay, and then we're going to select it. And again, we're going to go over here to Fill Engrave, not Engrave. Or you can go to Cut if you're going to cut, but we're not cutting today, we're engraving. Okay, so now we got, let's just say that's all we want on our sign. But you can see how they're not lined up right there. So we're going to go up here. We're going to left click, draw a box around all the wording. And then we're going to go up here to Align on the top. And for this one, we're going to use horizontal centering. So we'll select that. And now it's going to line it up perfectly down the center. So now that we have everything nice and centered, we can still, if I select this, hand 1, I can still move it, which would obviously take it out of center again. So now that I have all my wording the way I want it, we're going to go through and we are going to left click and we're going to draw a box around both lines. And we're going to go up here to the top left, we're going to select Group. So now instead of being 2 lines, it now made it 1 group. So wherever I select this at, now it's going to move as a group. And if you want to make changes, if you need to go back and make changes, simply go through and highlight draw a box around one line, and go up here and select ungroup. And then click off the screen, and now they're each separate again. So you can group them and then ungroup them if you need to make changes. So to get back to where you were, left click, I'm going to highlight both groups. I'm going to go to Align, Horizontal Centering, and then Group. So now we're all set and done, ready to go. So technically I can run this to the engraver as is right now. We're going to go over here and set our speed and our power, which I already have everything pretty much set the way I want. So obviously I'm not going to send this one to the laser. I'm going to send the one I already built, which I'll show you that in a minute. But we're going to show you a few more things on the left side here, a few more options that we have. You can draw straight lines, rectangles, circles, add text, which we've already done. You can go to images if you're logged in. I'm not logged in right now, but if we go to images, they've got just all kinds of vector images in here that you can use. You know, cats, dogs, giraffes, whatnot. We're not going to use any of that, so we're just going to close out of that. If we wanted to, they got a pen, and then you can upload your own images. Anything you have, you can put in there. But let's just do some basic stuff here. So let's grab a circle. So there's our. We'll make a big oval here. All right. So that's there. So now we're going to go over here and we're going to select text. We're going to go up here. We just select anywhere. There's our text again, so we'll double click on it and we'll put Shouse Life. Shouse Life. Okay. Click off of that. All right. Now we're going to highlight the whole thing. Okay. And now we're going to make it smaller. Just drag it here. Click it. We're going to go over here and select Fill Engrave. So now it's highlighted, you know, now it's all solid, so that's what it's going to burn. It'll burn the entire letter. So we're just going to left click and hold. We're going to drag it down here, set it inside that little oval right there. The red line is now showing us how far away we are, 4.5 inches from our original, and we're centered. So we'll do that. And now we're going to group that so I don't change it. So we're going to left click, draw a box around that. Go up here, select group, and now we're good there. So now this whole thing moves together, okay? So it's sideways, and we don't want it to be sideways, so again, left click, draw a box around the whole system, or jump up here to rotate, and I know we need to go 270 degrees. There we are. Now we can grab it, click off the screen, that kind of gets you. Now we can move it up here. So again, it kind of tells me right there that it's centered, but if we're not centered, just go to the, let's say it's off center like that. Click off the screen. Now we're going to go up and draw a box around everything. All three devices, okay, or all three. And then we're going to go up here to align again, but remember, we turned it sideways now, so we're not going to go to horizontal centering because that's this way. We've got to go to vertical centering. Okay, so we're going to select vertical centering, click, and now everything's lined up this way and it's ready to go. So while we're here, we're going to go through and group it. Select group, and now it's all one piece. Now we can move it all together. Now we can put it wherever we want on the screen. So now you can go back. If you want to add a rectangle, just go over here and left click on rectangle. Come over here on your screen, click it. No, we did not get it. Click your rectangle there, make whatever size you want. And now everything's there. And now you can adjust your sizes, whatever you want to do. And then again, you can add text up here and then grab the text, put it inside of there. And if you don't like what you've done, simply go up here at top left to undo. Up here, click that, now it's gone. So those are your basics. We got everything set up this way. So what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of this now. We can save it if you want. Go in here to File, and we can simply save it as whatever you want to call it, and then it's in the system. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to start a new project. All right, so basically if you're going to do a repeat item like we're doing with this card game post here, we're going to go up to create here. It's a new file. We're going to go to open right there, and it's going to bring up all of our stuff here. So right here's our Continental Rummy board. We're going to click it, open it, And there it is. It's all set up, ready to go. All I really have to do now is turn on the laser. All right, so we got our project up on the screen here. We turned on the laser, which brings on the camera that's inside the laser. That's what's cool about this setup. And now we can see how our project's going to look. And by looking at the top here, you can see that the letters for Continental Rummy are off of the board that we have inside there. So we're just going to left click and hold and drag that down, and then we're just going to kind of center it the way we want it, something like that. We're going to go over here, we're going to select our material, which is going to be, and I don't think they really have white oak in here, so we are going to run it as a cherry. We're going to call it 8mm thick. It doesn't really matter because we're not cutting it. It'd be different if we're cutting it, but we're not. We're just engraving it. So we'll go down to the bottom of the screen, confirm, and then we are going to click that, and now we're going to go to fill engrave. We're going to set our speed and our power. Now, one of the first got this laser was I ran a test array with color, different speed and different power, and that basically tells us what colors, how hard it will burn. So this tells me that if I want this nice shade of brown right here, I'm going to run the power at 52 and the speed at 368. So we're going to pick a number around there, around this. So let's just say 50 and 350. So with that being said, we can go over here to our power, which is set at 55, close enough. And we're going to change our speed. It's at 250 right now. We're going to change, let's just go to 300. And we'll see how it does. Remember, you can always go back through and run it again. As long as you don't move the board inside the laser, if you burn it and it's not dark enough, you can simply go through, tweak your settings a little bit, hit run again, and it'll go right back over the same area as long as you don't move the board inside the machine itself. So now that's done. We got our power, we got our speed. It's lined up on our board the way we like it. And that's just a test piece. And then, so we're going to go up here to refresh just to make sure everything's good to go there. So once we got it set to fill engrave over here, we already refreshed our image. So now we're going to go up here, we need autofocus. So this is what's cool about this laser, is it's going to go through and set itself up. So we'll select the autofocus and we'll show you what it does. So basically we're going to go through and select autofocus here, select it. And now this is the laser is going to go down and it's going to check the depth of what material we're working with. So once it goes down, finds its depth where it needs to be at. That's what it's going to set its height automatically. The laser's returning back to its position now. Just waiting to do its thinking here and it'll be ready to burn. Okay, so now the autofocus is complete. We can simply go through and select our start button up here in the upper right hand corner. We've got to make sure our machine is vented to the outside, which mine is. So we're going to select start. Wait for it to do its thing. It's going to come up here, it's going to show us processing. And there's our board. So basically it's telling us it's going to take an estimated time of 1 hour and 13 minutes and 42 seconds, which is a long time, but it is what it is. So we're going to, we'll get you set up over here and show you the start of the machine quick. All right, so we just sent the information over to the machine. Basically now all I'm going to do is press the start button on the upper right. Just about a little over an hour here. We'll open it up. pull out our sign. So this is the finished product. If I ran it again, I think I'd run it a little slower, a little harder burn, get a little darker, but once we get some finish on this, I think the contrast will be really nice. This is the first time I've ever burnt on white oak, so it's a learning process every time you do something. Anyways, let's get on to doing some tumblers. Okay, so now we got to convert the machine over to tumblers basically. So we need to start by removing the grates from the inside, which they just lift up real easy. Set them aside. Then we're going to shut the power off to the machine because it tells you to right there on a sticker. And then we need to install, this is the rotary machine, the attachment that goes inside for the rotary to attach the cups to. So we're going to get this set up inside and get it ready to go. All right, so this is pretty straightforward. There's basically 2 screws. There's 2 holes. I know it's dark in here, and that's one thing I wish they would change on this machine. It has a light inside when the hood is closed, but when you open it, it's dark in here, and it's pretty hard to see. So there's 2 holes, 2 screws. There's an alignment pin that steps in. So once you got the alignment pin in place, it comes with a little Allen wrench here, or Allen screwdriver, I suppose you could say. And you just tighten that down, tighten the 2 screws down. Just like that. Then we just plug the cable in here. Obviously it only goes in one way. Got to find the little, there it is. Slides in like that. And then we just have the base, which is right here. So it's going to support the back of the cup. All right, so to install the cup, basically, this is just a new cup. This is off Amazon, nothing special. It's stainless steel, red powder coat. So basically, this is just a 3-jaw chuck, just like a drill. And back here, you got your little keyway. And again, if they put a light in here, this will be a lot easier. Okay, so just set it on there. It's a little bit of fumbling around to get it straight. And what I like to do is just tighten it up until it's snug. And then I just like to watch the base right here. And as I spin it, and make sure it doesn't wobble too back. So it wobbles when it spins, it's going to get closer and further away from the laser. So as long as you spin it right there and it kind of spins true, we're good to go. And that's it. We're all set up. Now we just got to turn it back on, and then we'll get the program going. All right, so to begin the process of this item, we are going to start a new file. We're going to, we're not going to go through and create the artwork. You can, I pretty much already showed you the basics of that, and that's something you need to learn. So we're not going to save that. And we're going to open up, and I have it under tumblers in my program here. That's what I saved as originally. So this is our Dubuque Cars and Coffee logo. Now I created this in Lightburn, and then I basically just copied the image and put it into my iPad, and then uploaded it through here as an image and set it up that way. So what we're going to do, now that we have our image up on the screen, we're going to go up here and select Laser Cylindrical up here. Select this, tell it what we're going to do. Okay, now it's asking us for the diameter or the perimeter in inches. And I know, because I've already measured this cup around, that it's 3.4 inches. So we'll put in 3.4. That automatically sets the perimeter to 10.68. So we're good to go that way. It's refreshing right now. Okay, so now I just brought up the camera, and there's our red cup, ready to go. We're going to go into material. We're going to select stainless, tumbler, and you got red, black, or blue. They kind of all burn the same. There's whites and blacks are a little different, but I find that you can pretty much burn them all as black. If you select red, it takes double the time. So in this instance, I'm just going to run them as black. Roll it down here. Hit screen cooperates. Hit confirm. So basically now we just have to center our artwork in the center of that cup. in this little pink area up here, you cannot put anything above that because the laser cannot reach that because how close it is to the end wall. And it's kind of a dumb design. I think it should be further down, but I didn't make this thing. So as far as our scale, I've already been burning these things for a couple weeks, so I know that they're all getting burnt at 3.5 inches width. So they all pretty much come out the same. And if I change this to 3.5, you'll see that it changes that to 5.75. So I just remember that everything gets ran at 3.5. And there we go. So it looks wider than the cup, but remember, it's going to wrap around the cup. Okay? So we don't need to autofocus here. When we select start, it's going to pretty much take care of it for us. So we select laser, cylindrical, set our diameter, picked our material. Obviously we're centered in our image there. So now when I select start, it's going to adjust its height. It's going to go down. It's going to check the diameter of the cup itself to verify that it's within reason of the 3.4 inches that I input as the measurement all the way around the cup. And we are good to go that way. So now every time I've ever ran one of these cups, this warning always comes up. It's saying that the vector fill or bitmap is too close to the canvas border, which may result in poor processing effects. Do you want to continue? I have no idea what it means. I can't find any information on it on their website, and it doesn't seem to affect anything. So I just hit confirm. It goes through. The estimated process time is 3 minutes and 43 seconds. So we're going to get this. Done here. We already loosened the jaws up. So now that it's out of the machine, when you pull it out, it's not going to be real clear. The letters will be dark, I suppose you could say, from the laser burning. And the easiest way to tackle that, we just found this on YouTube just like everything else. This is a product called Totally Awesome. They sell at the dollar store, the Dollar General or whatnot, and I think it was just $1. So basically a couple squirts of that and a little brush in the sink, rinse it off, and it's like brand new, ready to go. So I'm going to show you one more trick here. So on some of these cups, we are personalizing them for the individual that's purchasing them. And we have an order for one. And we're going to put one black cup down the back side of this tumbler here. But I want it on the exact opposite side of the WeCreat Cars and Coffee logo. So what I'm going to do, I just have this nice little roll of 1/8 inch fine line tape. And I basically just center it, looking down the center of the Cars and Coffee logo. Stick it on there, run it straight across the bottom of the cup, like that. So now when it's in the machine, I know where the Cars and Coffee logo is, and I can turn it 180 degrees. I'll show you that here real quick. Okay, so we got our black cup in here. I know it's kind of hard to see because, again, it's dark in here. They need a light in here. But so I have it on the tumbler. I'm going to spin it again just to make sure it stays on the guide plate there. So now this tape is going to tell me where the Cars and Coffee logo is, which is right here. So now I'm going to turn it 180 degrees. So this line is straight up and down. Something like that right there looks pretty good. And remember that when we start the next image, it always starts off the center. So as soon as we start the image, it's going to turn the tumbler so far, start over here, and then print across it this way. So don't panic if you look in there and it's printing over here, because that's what it's supposed to do. We start it in the center, and then it adjusts for the size of the image. So we'll get the image ready here, and we'll show you what's going on then. All right, so this next project, we are pretty much here just going to do it live. We already have the black cup loaded in there, as we just did. So basically, we're just going to go up here to File. We're going to select Create. That's just going to give us a new canvas, which we already had, but anyways. So we're going to create. We're going to go over here, select Laser Cylindrical, so it knows what we're working on. And we're good to go that way. We're going to select our material. So materials over here on the right. We're going to select stainless. And then it's a tumbler, so what color? Black. Okay. And down here is our screen as far as powers and settings, how much it's going to burn off of there. So we're going to run a power of about 78 and a speed of about 100. So we're going to, we got to go in and set our diameter of our cup. Diameter is going to be 3.4. 10.6 inches, so now it gives us our working area there. Okay, so I just went through and I pulled up the camera. Here's our, it's hard to see, I know it's black in black. Like I said, they could do a little better with their lighting in there. But, so now we need to add our text. So we're going to select text. Just going to go over here, hello, just put it on the screen, doesn't matter where it is. Double tap so we can get into there. We're going to delete the hello and we're going to put in 1 BLK CUP. That's one black cup. His car is called One Black Fox. So this is just kind of a joke. So we're going to select that. Select off the screen and we're going to drag a box around it. Now we're there. We're going to go over here. We're going to select fill engrave. We're good to go that way. We are going to set our speed. We're going to turn this down to about 150. We're run our power at about 80. Okay, now here's our cup, and we need it sideways. So again, we're going to go through, drag a box around one black cup. Then we need to go up here to our rotate. And they just updated the software like 10 minutes ago. So now there's a slide bar right here so that you can't see the rotate. You got to go and grab the slide bar, slide it over so you can get to rotate. So we're going to run the rotate at 90 degrees. There we go, that way. Now we're going to select it. We're going to slide it up onto our cup, but I can see that it's off the end of the cup. So here's our width, and that's at 7 inches, and that cup ain't 7 inches tall. It probably is, but we can't use that upper workspace. So we're going to take that down to, I think 4 inches works good on these cups, not 4. There we go, 4 inches. And that's 1.8 inches. So the letters will be 1.18 inches tall and 4 inches long. So I think that'll be pretty good there. So in that, now it is in our working area. We have our cup set up in there. So we're just going to go over here, hit refresh. Got all our information in there. We're going to select start. The machine's going to do its thing. It's going to measure the diameter of the cylinder, just as it did before. It's going to bring up. So our process time is 4 minutes 25 seconds. So we're going to select send. And send it over the machine. So now you can see down in the machine, you can see that our masking tape is straight up and down, and we know that the Cars and Coffee logo is on the opposite side down. So when I select the start button here, it's going to rotate. And 4 minutes and 15 seconds later, we have another cup. It's pretty easy once you get the setup going. And there's one black cup. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for our rainy day Sunday laser fun here with the WeCreat Vision. It's a cool little machine. It's the first laser I've ever owned, and we've had this for about a month now. Well, probably 2 months now, but I'm still learning on it. As far as the tumblers, they take about, this tumbler here took about 4 minutes per side to burn it. Basically as fast as you can switch them out, put the new one in, hit refresh, you can just run it right again. So they'll turn out tumblers pretty quick. As far as the board, these are really easy to make in their software. Basic design, not a lot of artwork. This took about 1 hour and 15 minutes to burn. I would have, I think, preferred to have it a little darker, but I did not have a test array set up for white oak yet. I'm obviously going to have to do that. I thought cherry would be close enough, but it wasn't. This white oak's a lot tougher than that cherry. So we're going to run a test array on that, and then I'll know what temperatures and settings to set everything at when I'm doing white oak. Everything's a learning process with these machines, that's for sure. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.